Hey there guys, Mikey here, and welcome back to March Marvel Madness as presented by the CJC. So this happened. Spider-Man and the Electric Company. No, not your electric company, the Electric Company. Never heard of it? Me neither until a few months ago. The Electric Company is a 1970s kids show that aired on PBS. Like other shows that followed, it used sketch comedy and other forms of entertainment to help kids develop their grammar and reading skills. But there was one particular sketch that featured a very particular superhero. I, of course, am referring to Spider-Man. That's right, our friendly neighborhood web-slinger made frequent appearances on the show. And he entered to probably one of the catchiest theme songs yet.
Spider-Man, where are you coming from, Spider-Man? Nobody knows who you are.
Is it stuck in your head yet? You're welcome. Groovy tunes aside, our web-slinger showed up often to stop crimes in progress. Well, crimes-ish. I guess certain things were technically against the law, but criminals were more mild annoyances than they were villains. Basically, they were just YouTube pranksters. The way they presented the sketch was kind of fun. You know, they would show comic panels and interject with live-action performances, which was also in a comic panel. The funny thing was about it, Spider-Man never uttered a word. He spoke mainly through text and thought bubbles, which is both very silly and very ingenious at the same time. I mean, think about it. Of all the live-action versions of Spider-Man, you would think at least one would try to disguise their voice. I mean, look, say what you will about Bale's Batman, but if you didn't know from the start, you couldn't tell that was Bruce Wayne. You can always tell that Peter Parker is Spider-Man because he sounds like Peter Parker. It's funny how only a show for 3-year-olds could figure that out. But to make up for the lack of Spider-Man dialogue, we have narration. And who do we get to narrate this awesome comic book character's adventures? The man himself, Morgan Freeman. That's it. I demand that Morgan Freeman narrate the next Spider-Man movie. Make it happen, Sony. Make it happen. In terms of villains, if you're expecting to see Green Goblin or Sandman, you might as well just throw those thoughts out the window. No, we get capers such as the Spoiler, the Blue Beetle. No, not that one. There you go. And there's also the time that Spider-Man took on the Yeti and met the Sack. Stop it. This is a kid's show. He also took on the likes of the Prankster, the Thumper, and the Blowhard. I swear this is a kid's show. I also love how some of the art is drawn to make Spider-Man look like he really doesn't want to be there. A particular example is the one in Spider-Man vs. the Spoiler. He's just sitting there on the curb and the speech box is saying one thing, but he's actually just sitting there looking like,
why are we still here? Just to suffer?
So yeah, this is definitely one of the weirder versions of Spider-Man that I've come across, but it's definitely a fun weird. And like I said, it's a show for preschoolers. I'm not gonna lie, I would have loved to have this around when I was that age. The show did get a later revival in 2009, but sadly the webhead doesn't return for the new episodes. It's a little unfortunate since I think this would be a good introduction for kids, but the show does fine without it. And I'm okay with that, as long as we get Morgan Freeman to narrate the next Spider-Man movie. Make it happen, Sony. You can make this happen. Anyway, that's all I have for today, so thank you guys for tuning in to the Comic Junkies Corner presents March Marvel Madness on McBlam Entertainment, where we try to bring a little bit of enjoyment to your day every day. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.
Spider-Man, where are you coming from, Spider-Man? Nobody knows who you are. Spider-Man, you got that Spider-Man.